Hello and welcome. My name is Pia Jackson and today we have been invited for a knife defence masterclass. Forgive us, we've just done our warm-up, so we're obviously a bit shiny and sweaty. Simon, it's lovely to see you. Can you talk us through what today's class is all about?
Okay, we have two of the top instructors from Paris here. They run the largest Krav Maga club in Paris. And they're part of the part of the European Federation of Krav Maga. We've got about 40 people here, and we've actually got people here from Birmingham. We have a guy here, Gonzalo, as you can see behind me. He's just got his black belt, and he's running the Birmingham club. They've just had their yellow grading this morning, and so it's, things are starting to work really well. And it's it's really proactive. And tonight we're all going out for a club dinner, so getting everybody together in one room like this is a big deal. It's, we're very happy. And what myself and Gonzalo will be doing, along with Jan and Eric, is to go around and assist people, demonstrate for them, close hands. If they didn't see it first time, didn't really completely understand it, myself and Gonzalo can help them out with that.
Well, I am looking forward to it. See you on the other side.
There are many different martial arts, but the speciality of Krav Maga is about scenario training. We would start with a knife to the throat, okay, just sort of standing off somebody making the threat and how best to deal with that. Obviously, running away if if at all possible.
Oh, I already need you.
Everything in the same time.
2.
Okay, like 3 to be sure.
3 to be sure.
You're sure now. So you.
But if those options aren't something that you have, then we give you a few options to deal with it and hopefully allow you to get away safely.
Okay, 1, 2. Okay, then I open.
And then I run away.
And you run away.
With the knife.
With the knife.
Okay.
Okay.
A lot of what Krav Maga is about building up a physical reaction to a particular stimulus, whether that's a visual stimulus, so you see somebody aiming to do that, and because that's something you've practiced, your body reacts to it in a certain way. And that's what we kind of do, having certain scenarios that are quite common, and then building up the techniques in response to that.
Do you want to get your students up to a point where if they are attacked, heaven forbid, that it almost becomes instinct?
There is an old martial arts saying, I suppose, if you do something 10,000 times, it becomes automatic. You don't even think about it. It sort of moves down from so your full brain where you're thinking about it to a more instinctual level, and that's really what we're trying to aim for.
Well, I've managed to corner the lovely Gonzalo, who is from Birmingham Krav Maga. Tell me, how did you get into Krav Maga?
During many years, I was a karate teacher. But it was time for something different regarding self-defense. So I started and I met my master, that is Paulo from Portugal, and he was, in 2006, he was starting Krav Maga. And I looked into this and I said, well, here it is something that is systematic. It was brilliantly structured. It could help anybody, even if you don't have an arm, because the system is like that. It's built to fit anybody into self-defense. I kept on working on Krav Maga, building up a school in Norway, maintaining a school in Portugal. Then my family moved and we are all in the same place, and my wife is here. That's the amazing to me. She's here training with us and she got the yellow belt now. It's an excellent time to be in Krav Maga. What you'll see in here is about that progression. They are defending themselves against a threat of a knife attack to the throat in an inner position. And what we are showing is that with minimal movements you can get out of the line, maintain the knife with you and exit the situation without being hurt. When we get attacked, we usually do this. When you get punched, you usually do this. This works in 2 ways. I need to be able to make this defense using the same reptilian response and training it. I get attacked with a knife, but the same thing for the attacker, because when the moment he gets punched, his mechanical response will be this one. And the next area to show is the groin. And that's why you hit the groin. So all the movements are done with these things. All the principles, the physiological principles are there, and that's what we are working on people, is giving them what they have, but for self-defense.
Fantastic. Gonzalo, obrigado. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Jan, you have been doing Krav Maga for a very long time, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been practicing for 12 years, actually, yeah.
Tell me how you got into it and where are you now? You're a black belt now, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm a black belt second Darga, and I'm preparing the third Darga this year. And I started in Paris with my master Richard Uyeb, that came in Europe in the 80s and broke Krav Maga with him. And this is where I learned everything with my friend Eric. And this is it. It was like, I don't know how you say in English. In French we say coup de foudre. It's like, when the lightning is striking you. Mm-hmm. And then I fell in love with Krav Maga and it became my life.
And why is Krav Maga so popular in France?
Well, basically it's because Richard Uyeb, that brought the Krav Maga in Europe, is half French, half Israeli. So he came in France in the early 80s, and he began to develop Krav Maga in France and to form people to become teachers. And also because when he came, the GIGN, it's an elite force of the police in France, very well known. And when he came in France, those people called him to ask him to teach them Krav Maga, because they heard about it, because it was secret before. And he stood something like 12 or 15 years with them, teaching them Krav Maga, and he became very popular because of this. After this moment, he created the European Federation of Krav Maga, and he sent his best students all over Europe to create a new federation in all the countries. We are now in 11 countries, including UK. Since 2 years we are here. I am now taking care of the Krav Maga with Eric in London and the parts of our federation in London, and trying to make things happen here. And it's a beautiful city, so we like to come here as much as we can to speak about Krav Maga.
And I've tried lots of different martial arts, and some of them I find are almost like a dance. You need to learn the dance, whereas this is more real life, and the techniques are much more simple.
Krav Maga is coming from Israel, and if you know Israeli people, they are very pragmatic. You know, they have a problem, one solution, and that's it, and very direct. They are telling, and Krav Maga is like this actually. There are 4 principles: efficiency, simplicity, direct. Everything has to be fast and direct, and then the way you have to be able to control everything you do. For example, you have a technique against a knife. Okay, the knife is coming like this, and you learn the technique. But if one day the knife is coming here, this is not exactly the same. But you will be able to do it because the principles are here. So you will be able to react the good way, because you learn principles and not technique for each situation. Krav Maga, it's not like karate or judo. You come and to make sport and to try to win, a trophy or something. It's about defending himself in real life. So we have a great responsibility. In Paris, we have a lot of girls coming in the clubs because they have seen something very hard in the streets, and they're afraid because they are crossing a very dangerous neighborhood or things like that, and they just want to learn what they could do if something is happening. And most of the time they won't use it, but it gives you a kind of confidence and to be sure that if something is happening, maybe you have a chance to do something.
So tell us about the degrees of black belt.
Yeah, this is very special in our federation. Once you are black belt, you have degrees from 2 to 5. And for example, when you want to be and to attempt to be the second degree, you have to wait 2 years from the black belt to be second degrees. Once you are second degree, you have to wait 3 years to be third degrees, and then 4 years to be fourth degrees, and then 5 years to be fifth degrees. So between black belt and black belt fifth degrees, there is 20 years of practice.
Okay, Jan, tell me what's going on behind us. What is this situation that's happening here?
It's very important in Krav Maga to apply all the techniques in real situations, real things that could happen in the street. So when we start to work, we work techniques all together, one with one partner with one other partner, and then we apply them with groups or like small scenario, and we deal with truly things that can happen today in the street. That's why we do exercises with one aggressor, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe more. It's not to leave the technique in the gym, but to explain people how it really works in the street. What you see today is exactly how Krav Maga has to be taught, because this is it. It has to be not fun, but it has to be relaxed, cool. It has to be simple. Everybody can do it. Young, old, big, thin, in good shape, bad shape. Everybody should be able to do Krav Maga. In each class, each time, I want people to push their limits a little bit more, just a little bit more. And everybody has a limit, so everybody is able to push this limit.
Are you hoping that Krav Maga is going to expand and not just be in Birmingham and London and Paris, but
Yeah. We have a whole program to teach people, and also to form people to teach Krav Maga. Krav Maga is a very special activity because it's very simple, very efficient, very direct, and everybody is concerned. But for the good reasons, because it's not only you learn to defend yourself, it's also you learn to act differently in your life. It helps you a lot in your work or in your life. When you start to think like this, it's very helpful, and it can have great benefits in your life.
Fantastic. Jan, thank you very much.
Welcome. It's my pleasure.
Well, we've managed to finish our class now. I'm exhausted and sweaty. These chaps are fine. And we're just going to have a little chat. Can you tell me, what did you think about the class today, and how is it different from where you normally are?
The fundamentals are all quite the same, but it's good how they build upon everything from the ground up. So once you've learned the basics, you just develop on top of that. And
class was really good today. Difference is probably size, really. A lot more people here, which is good, so you can interact with different types of people at different levels.
I always enjoy working with Jan and Eric. They are fantastic Kravists.
So have you had classes with them before?
I've been to France a few times. They come over here, so I know Jan and Eric's trained with. Yeah.
I've done a similar gun and knife defence class, but I haven't done it for a long time, so it's good to go over them again.
And did you find that you could pick it up quite quickly?
Yes, I remembered a lot of the technique from last time.
It's very good. We have a lot of people here. It's pretty dynamic, organising a couple of good weekends during the year. So all good so far.
Well, there you have it. It is simple and it is effective. And like Sally said, I've done this once before, and yet I could remember a few things and pick them up quite easily again. If you want to find out more, follow the links below and come along. My name is Pia Jackson, and this is South West London TV.